All right, family, come on in, come on in. We are jumping right into this video. These are my shampoo ginger lily rhizomes. I bought them on Etsy, and as you can see, they look great. They are just a little dry because I got them a few days ago, and I'm just now taking them out the bag, but we're gonna handle that. So anyway, the planting instructions are: the rhizomes get planted to a depth of no more than 2 inches. They prefer growing close to the surface, 50-50 potting soil and compost. They grow best in shady areas, can receive some sun as well. Summer months are when they grow in heavy water, dormant and require little water in winter. They can be grown indoors, 8 and up. In a cold climate like mine, they need to be protected, and new shoots emerge in the summer after a few weeks. So sounds good to me. Anyway, I am taking some water here that has, you guys know, my go-to seaweed fertilizer, and I'm going to soak these overnight. Now, the rhizomes look really good. They're just starting to dry out a little bit because, like I said, I've had them for a few days. So I'm just rehydrating them. That's all. All right, here we go. It is the next day, and they looking good. They looking a little juicy and plump. The roots are looking nice and rehydrated and good to go. I see some nice nodes on there. Yeah, they're looking good, ready to be planted. Look at that. That is a good node right there. That's going to be some good growth, okay? Now, I have decided that I'm going to be planting these in grow bags. This will just make it easier to move them around. You see the handles on the grow bags. It'll be easier to either dig them up or transfer them to something smaller. The rhizomes to something smaller in the winter months when I have to bring them in and move them and let them just rest for a while before the next growing season. And also, since they'll be growing in a shady area, the grow bags will not stay as they won't hold as much water as a container will. I know some people don't like grow bags for that reason, but in the case like this, it does come in handy. But anyway, so I'm mixing my potting mix with some fresh compost. That's what's in the shovel. You guys saw me harvest some of my compost the other day in my video titled A Beautiful Day. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out. But anyway, so I have some potting mix, and I'm just adding my compost and mixing that all in really well. Shampoo ginger lily is a tropical plant, so I am really pushing my growing skills here, trying to grow this in, well, going, because we don't try, baby, we do, growing this in zone 5B here in upstate New York, and I'm excited. I'm up for the challenge. Those of you who have been with me for a while, you know my love and passion for medicinal herbs and flowers and plants, so adding shampoo ginger lily to the list was a no-brainer. Now, of course, you can use the sap that it secretes for skin conditions. You can use it to shampoo your hair and condition, but shampoo ginger lily also has anti-cancer, antibacterial, antimicrobial properties. It treats diarrhea and anti-diabetic properties. Like, the list goes on and on and on. Please do your own research, y'all. Don't get me caught up in these YouTube streets. So do what you got to do to research anything that you put into your body. But these are just some of the things that I've researched and that piqued my interest. So we're going to go ahead and get these rhizomes into the soil. Well, on top of the soil, because remember the instructions said that they like to grow from right under the surface. So just like the more commonly grown rhizomes, like your everyday ginger and turmeric, the nodes, the roots, they all will find their way. Like, you just lay it on the surface. You don't have to bury, you don't have to turn it any particular way. These guys know how to grow. They know what they want to do. So I'm just adding a very small layer, a very light layer rather, of compost on top, just enough to cover the rhizomes. And then after that, we're pretty much done, except the instructions did also say to add a light fertilizer at planting. There's fertilizer in the potting mix. Compost is fertilizer, and I'm just pouring the rest of the hydrating seaweed fertilizer mix that the rhizomes were rehydrating in. I'm just going to pour that in there too. I'm not going to overdo it. But now I'm going to take my favorite mulch, because remember, I'm in zone 5B. It's only April, guys, and I'm going to add another maybe inch or so of mulch on top, because I really want these guys to stay warm. The next 2 nights We have 2 more nights that will be in the 30s, and according to my research, as long as it's above freezing, they'll be okay, but it is very moist. So freezing or cold weather and moisture means rot, and I don't want that to happen to my rhizomes. So I'm also going to put a frost blanket on top. And now the frost blanket, it's 50 feet long, but I have it like quarter of the way out of the package. So it's like more than quadrupled. It's like 8 layers of frost blanket protection there. So we're gonna work this out. We're gonna make sure that everything is nice, and please make sure that you subscribe so that you can follow along and see how we do in Zone 5B, growing our shampoo ginger lily. Learn with me, grow with me. I love y'all for real. Bye.